So Willie, as we work our way around the motorhome here, obviously we got some really cool features, little lights that come on when you open the doors. Now this is all a fiberglass body design, fiberglass exterior wall. We use full body paint. We use 3 coats of color, 2 coats of clear, as you know. But what type of maintenance would you do on this style of body?
Well, this is an automotive finish.
Yep.
So this basically use soap and water to clean it, and you can use a turtle wax or whatever periodically, whatever you decide.
Yes. So it's an automotive finish, so you could wax it just like a car, or you can take it to a truck wash and use the hot wax.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Right.
Okay, Willie, let's just talk about the roof area. That's a fiberglass flex roof up there, right? What type of maintenance would be done up on the roof area?
Well, basically, you just need to wash it from the side, because it's not necessarily the safest to go up on the roof. And if you are going to do that, be careful, because that roof is slippery.
Yes.
Soap and water would
Yep.
be basically the big thing. For your solar panels, be careful. You don't want to use any harsh chemicals, anything like that, so water is recommended for that.
And you want to keep those solar panels clean?
Correct.
So you can go to a truck wash, they have the risers, and wash it off once in a while, or a step ladder, clean it off, right?
Yep.
Now, we seal up every single screw head. Any maintenance to be done on those?
We use, what we use on the roof is self-level.
Yep.
And it would be, it's a good idea to have the self-level or your sealants checked at least once a year.
Okay.
To make sure that you don't, that all screws and everything is covered that is on the roof.
Beautiful. So as we work our way down, of course, we've got an automatic step, and we've got a lock button on the step, so when I'm in camping mode, it won't open and close. Is there any maintenance we have to do on the step, Willie?
It is recommended that you use silicone spray
Okay.
on all these pivots that are over there, as you can see. All pivoting points, underneath there's a linkage that has a pin through it. It'd be very much recommended that you lubricate those with silicone
Okay.
spray.
Silicone spray it is.
At least once or twice every 3 months.
Hey, Willie, why don't we show how the awning works?
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that the door is closed and your 12-volt power is on. Your battery disconnect is right over here.
Okay.
It's inside the door, and you want to close the door before you bring the awning up.
I noticed that on the Murphy bed here, we're in the Wonder Murphy bed. The light switch is right here in the back storage area, and then it's a power awning. So we just simply press the button and out it comes. Any maintenance to do on the awning at all, Willie?
Basically, soap and water, and make sure that there's no branches or any leaves that are getting caught up on the top.
Okay.
For later on when you're bringing it in, it should for sure be clean.
Beautiful.
It should be cleaned on a regular basis.
So it comes out about 7 feet. Now we've got some inside built-in leg stabilizers here. Let's show everybody how this works. So very simple. They pull out the orange tab here. We lift it up on this side. Close the tab. It slides all the way out. And then you can either lock it straight down with some tent pegs, as you can see, lock it in place. Or if it's a little bit of a breezy day and you still want to have your awning out, we can lock it right into the side of the motorhome. Very simple to do.
Push it in the bottom first.
Yep.
Drop the tab down, and you bring this up.
So now, Willie, what wouldn't you want to do with this awning out? What would be a bad thing?
Well, if we had tornado winds, you would want to make sure it's in.
Right.
So if it's windy at all, it's recommended that you bring the awning in. Do not take chances that the wind will all of a sudden catch it. So.
Beautiful. Okay, so to bring it back in, we just do the opposite of what we did, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll race you. So Willie, our lights that we have built into the awning are?
The LED strip light that we have on here.
And they run on 12-volt power. So Willie, let's talk about the door. Of course, we've got our frameless glass window here. And of course, we've got a standard, the deadbolt system, where we can lock it with 2 different keys, right? And then optional, we also have a remote system that runs right off the remote, which will lock it in place, or unlock it, which is very cool. And as we open up the door, we've got our screen door here. So that locks in place as well. That way no bugs can get in. And I like this little feature. We've got the steel under the screen so that your pets can't come flying out of the screen. Any maintenance to do on the door at all, Willie?
Yes, it would be a good idea to use silicone spray and only use silicone spray on the latch system so that will operate a little smoother. Same thing with your deadbolt over here. Just spray a little bit in there and do that fairly regular. It'll just work a lot smoother that way.
Okay, beautiful. So let's go through some of the compartment areas. So Willie, any type of maintenance that we have to do, we've obviously got our galvanized sheet metal compartment. It's all lined and everything. We have our lock system here. Anything that we have to do from maintenance point of view on the struts or anything?
On the struts, no, they are fine the way they are. There's nothing required over there. On your rubber, that is around the baggage compartment here that you see here.
Yep.
You can use a little bit of silicone spray onto a cloth and wipe around there to keep it softer maybe, or Vaseline will work too.
Okay.
Same thing with the latch. Spray a little bit into that keyhole, and that'll keep a smoother operating on the latch itself.
So Willie, is there a certain amount of weight we can put into the cargo carrying area here?
Yes, there is. You have to be very careful that you don't overload it. That's why we have this sticker right on here that tells you exactly the weight on each compartment. Because of the size of each compartment, you have to be careful that you don't overload it. So look at the sticker, and that'll tell you. Okay,
this compartment here, Willie, we've got our 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter, and we also have our 2 deep cycle 12 volt batteries. So Willie, on the pure sine wave inverter, there's no maintenance to be done, but sometimes you can overload the inverter. In other words, more wattage coming through, and it clicks the breakers on it. How do I reset that?
When that happens, then there's 2 little breakers right on the side here.
Okay.
And you see them right here.
Yep.
Right where my fingers are.
Yep.
And you go push them in. They look like they are little rocker switches, but they're not. They just push in, and that's how you reset the.
So sometimes we also have a GFI plug inside. We have to, and it can be triggered off, which will shut it down, right? So you have to reset the GFI.
Correct.
Breaker.
If you are plugged into a GFI receptacle,
yeah,
which would be, let's say, for example, the bathroom one.
Yeah.
Well, then check that button. That could also be up trip.
I would check that one first. This one's second.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, as we work our way down, I've got 2 vents here, Willie. What are these 2 vents used for?
These are your refrigerator vents.
Okay.
Because we do not have our rooftop that it's airing out through the top, we have it on the side.
Okay.
So this is your in and your outtake.
Right.
So the heat can get out.
Okay, so very probably important not to block these in any way.
That is correct. You should never block them, because otherwise your fridge will overheat.
Right, and of course we use a 3-way fridge, 12 volt, 110, and propane.
That's correct.
Okay, great.
Okay, in this compartment we have the 3.6 optional LP generator, and the oil needs to be checked on 150 hours. For scheduled maintenance, always refer to the owner's manual. Okay, so we'll open these latches right over here. You open that door there. This is where your dipstick where you check your oil, and your generator should run at least 2 hours per month. And that's right from owning. So if you think do not try to save your generator, because it's not really saving it. It has to be 2 hours a month that it should run. If you need to, for some reason, say start it up from outside here, there's a switch right here. What you do is you can push the switch back to prime it and see the red light go on. And once that is on, you can start it right from here. The propane will be switched off right now, but whatever. And that's basically all you need to do from here. This also can be checked on the inside. Obviously, it's easier from the inside above the door, but we'll get to that later.
So, Willie, what's this next to the generator, that yellow thing there?
That is your quick connect for a barbecue. You can have, what you can get is an RBQ barbecue, which basically means that it cannot have a regulator.
Okay, so non-regular barbecue will fit on there perfectly.
Right.
Okay, Willie, we're gonna have a look at the storage compartment here at the back. This is the main storage area, but it's kind of dark in here. How do I turn this light on?
Well, there's a light, and the switch is over here. It's the red switch.
Okay, and that.
I'll give you a light over here. So
okay, so that red switch turns on this light. It also turns on the service center light.
That is correct.
On the other side. Beautiful. Willie, this is the great big storage area on the Wonder MB. Of course, we've got adjustable shelves. Nice big area. We've got some storage areas there, and also this is where we keep our 30 amp shore power connection.
Correct.
So we're at the back of the motorhome. Of course, one-piece fiberglass rear mask. We've got our integrated backup camera. Of course, we run LED lights. Willie, what happens if I have to replace one of these LED lights?
Well, in this particular case, what you would do is you would take out these two screws over here.
Yep.
Then this whole bezel comes out.
Okay.
On the back side, the lights are bonded into this bezel over here. You would cut that out, and you can replace this light individually if you need to.
Okay, beautiful. And this over here, this is obviously our exhaust for our 3.6 kilowatt propane generator, right? So here we are at our receiver hitch. Of course, the Ford Transit chassis, the GCWR is 15,300 pounds minus your wet weight. So you can tow just about 3,150 pounds.
That is correct.
What's the load on the hitch, Willie?
This is a 300-pound hitch.
Okay, so we can put 300 pounds of stuff onto the hitch. That's beautiful. And then of course we have our connection here, a 7-pin connector for connecting a tow vehicle at all. Right. Beautiful.
The only thing I want to say about the 300-pound hitch, it's a 300-pound hitch, but if you use an extension, obviously that changes that number.
Sure.
So it's recommended at this point with your receiver inside here, that's 300 pounds.
Okay, great. So underneath our hot water tank is our Suburban 16,000 BTU furnace that is propane with a spark ignition. And very important, you never want to block this. It gets very hot, so we're going to make sure that there's nothing around it that you can burn yourself. Okay, as we move our way down, of course, we've got our shore power connection, 30 amp shore power connection, which you'd plug in and out. And then, of course, down here, Willie, what have we got underneath this compartment?
Well, right in here, we have our propane tank. And this unit is very easy to get at the propane tank.
Yep.
Because it's on the outside. So your valve, your on and off valve is right over here.
Okay.
And this is your filler.
Okay, so Willie, a couple things here. Number one, when you're filling the tank, what do you have to do? Very important.
What you have to do is make sure this valve is closed.
Okay.
And this bleeder valve that they have, that's over here, it will be open.
Okay.
And over here, you remove the yellow cap and
so,
you'll go to...
Now, who fills this tank?
That would be a licensed LP filling station that would be doing that.
Costco does it, a lot of
Costco,
service stations, gas stations, right?
A lot of gas stations.
Okay.
Most gas stations, I think, would do that.
And what is this right here?
That is your propane regulator.
And so, Willie, what size propane tank is in here?
This is a 13-gallon propane tank.
Okay.
And just one thing about it, it will fill at 80%. And this gauge over here, it'll show full.
Okay.
But inside on your monitor, it'll say, it'll probably say it's full, which is 100% or 104. But really, it will only fill to 80% with this bleeder valve.
Okay, so we have two gauges, one on the outside and one on the inside.
That is correct.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, one last compartment right here. Willie, what do we got down here? What's that right there?
Oh, this is where we have our sewer hose.
Okay, for connecting, for dumping your tanks,
Correct.
right?
That's what as I was saying earlier.
Yep.
Sewer hose is in here and it gets connected over here, and it gets stored in here.
Okay, and of course on this side here we've got a nice big storage area, and of course we've got our weight label of what you can put into the storage compartment. So Willie and I are now going to have a look at the Wonder FTB, which is the front twin bed model. So Willie, let's have a little quick look on the outside of it. We've got some storage area here underneath one of the twin beds. And I also have our controls for our awning here. Remember, we have the awning switch on the MB. So same awning with the built-in legs, all done right here. I like the fact that once again, the light switch here is lit up, so I know that my lights are on. And of course, down underneath here, we have a little more storage, and Willie will open up that compartment. And we have our two deep cycle 12-volt batteries and our 1,000 pure watt sine wave inverter. So on the Wonder motorhomes, we have a 110 outside plug, which is GFI protected from the vanity. So if this plug's not working when you're plugged into shore power, check that GFI vanity plug. 16,000 BTU furnace, Willie mentioned earlier, be careful that it's not anything hot when it's running, stay away from it. We don't want anybody to get burnt. And then of course we have our optional Onan 3.6 kilowatt propane generator. So if you didn't order the Onan generator, you would have another storage bin in this area. Okay, as we move down, this is our main storage area, vertical storage area, and of course the light on the inside, the red light is on, so it's all lit up, which is very nice. We also store our shore power 30 amp cable in here, so lots of storage area, little cubby holes back in here. quite high, so nothing major you have to do with that. Okay, so this compartment has our 13-gallon propane tank, pretty much exactly the same as on the Murphy bed model. And once again, we have some more storage area underneath here. Nice big storage area under the second twin bed. And then down below here, more storage. So lots of great storage area. And of course, we keep our sewer hose back there. So even if you order the optional macerator pump, we still always supply the blue 3-inch dump hose.